there's this thing called Escape from LA. That's a movie that came out many years ago. And you know what we need? We need RoboCop here, man. We need Murphy. We need RoboCop and Murphy here to get rid of all of the crime that's happening. Once we get RoboCop here, then things will get better. But we'll see what's gonna happen. We do know that Trump and Elon Musk are back together now. They're basically dating again. They're talking again. So once they get back together, hopefully they can get shit ironed out here in California. I remember Mayor Karen Bass said that all of the rioting and looting was caused by the White House. So why would Trump force these guys to rob an Apple store? So we will see why. We will see why. Let's check out Decoy Voice. Let's see. They thought they got away.
Los Angeles isn't seeing rampant looting, this is just undocumented shopping. As first, they looted the Jordan stores of its sneakers, then snuck in Zara to steal some cheap clothes, moving on to the Apple store to steal some phones. Even though they already know, once stolen, the devices are completely useless.
Yeah, so what does it say? Please return to the Apple Tower Theater. This device has been disabled and it's being tracked. Local authorities will be alerted. Damn, I didn't know that Apple did this. That's actually pretty cool. W Apple. But I believe Apple's like almost if I'm not mistaken, $1 trillion company. Yeah, LA is a GTA PvP server. Yeah, man, we basically got GTA 6 before actually GTA 6 come out. Just crazy.
So they went back to the Adidas.
They don't look very Mexicans to me.
Sweatpants.
The usual suspects, chat. Usual suspects. Yo, give me them pants, man. Yo, look, here's what they do. They basically steal all of these clothes and they sell it on the internet. Or they steal all of these clothes and wear it. I don't know what it is, but like, why would Donald Trump force them to do this? $2 trillion now? Holy crap. That's a lot of money. But yeah, why would Donald Trump do this, chat? I don't get it. That's wild that Donald Trump would force them to steal clothes.
That'll sure teach those sneaker stores to not deploy the feds into their neighborhoods. And in case you're wondering what stealing cell phones and sneakers accomplishes that looting work boots or textbooks don't, we solved that in an earlier episode.
The earlier episode, that girl has some massive tits. I like them.
And robbed during BLM riots.
Because black people, we enjoy education.
Oh, they weren't.
They weren't. That's the point. Why would we loot bookstores?
Because you can't sell books on the internet for a lot of money. That's why. That's the reason why. Fascinating behavior. Donald Trump to make fun of the loot better shit. Yeah, man. If you're gonna loot something, why would you loot clothing? Why don't you like loot going into the Apple store? Like if you're gonna do something wrong, do it right. And you should if you're gonna go out and do some heinous, terrible shit, and you can potentially get away with it, which most of them will get away with it, unfortunately. Because Mayor Karen Ass and Gavin Newdick they're just terrible people, man. Like if you're gonna do something wrong, do it right. Like if you're gonna do a cheat day and eat a cheat meal, at least eat like a steak or something like that, or eat like crazy carbs. And if you're gonna go out and like rob something, don't rob something that's like $20, $30. Rob something that's like in the several thousands, right? I'm not condoning robbery, but if you're gonna do something wrong, do it right.
Why would you loot designer stores?
Because
That only sounds stupid because it is stupid. As the looters don't care if you're a multinational corporation or just some locally owned jewelry store.
Oh, they're in.
Yep.
They're in.
Yeah, we talked about a couple of days ago. Yeah, they were basically they targeted LA, and then they targeted the neighboring cities of LA, and they even went out into little Tokyo, and they broke into a Japanese restaurant. They broke into a sushi restaurant and stole the cash register. Right? If you're gonna do something wrong, do it right. That is true. Those shoes are made by Asian slaves. Yeah, just stop Asian hate. That is true, man.
And as this street journalist was just recording the looting in public, these peaceful protesters beat him.
You're a rat? Wait, they actually beat the shit. Whoa, what the fuck? Jesus fuck, yeah, what the fuck? Yo, he's recording our crimes, man. Look, we've had cameras for a while now. If LA and the mayor and the governor really, really wanted to get these people, they would get them, but they don't. Remember, chat, it's a catch and release here in California. And prior to Trump getting reelected, there was a law that was in place that you can rob anything that's under $900 and the cops will not arrest you for it. Remember that.
They
Did he
even
steal
tried to
Unagi?
rob Nick Shirley in broad daylight.
Tries to steal his microphone and breaks
And
his
attacking
microphone.
anybody the mob didn't like.
Of course. Remember, these are mostly peaceful protests. They are not violent, okay? If you guys think that these people are violent, it's your fault. These people are disenfranchised and displaced, and Trump forced them with his bare hands to assault other people. Remember, just remember, prioritize essentials. Yeah, money. Prioritize the stuff that's good. They're not stealing bread. They're not stealing fucking food. They're stealing expensive shit. And according to what I heard, Donald Trump forced them to do that. Because above $900 a felony, they can't tell you to break federal laws. Well, the fact that shit was, we voted that away. Now it's not $900, now it's $45.
They're apparently trying to attack.
So much for being peaceful people, as sadly the attacks weren't even the worst part about this. It's the looting that's likely the most damaging, where local business owners are losing everything.
Mostly
But
peaceful.
it is the small, the mom and pop businesses that have also been looted. Nimat, I mean, you have tears in your eyes of what they've done to your business.
Very bad. That it is 1 week is a riot and people of the transgender or other things and they kill.
And unfortunately, as a person, as a Californian, as a guy who grew up in Los Angeles, knowing that this shit happened, they're still going to vote for Democrats. They're still going to vote for Democrats and these politicians that allow this stuff to happen. There's no law and order. There's no law and order that's happening in LA. It's a catch and release, soft on crime, garbage nonsense. And I know that we have this guy. All right, he's the Riverside sheriff, and his name is Chad. And I believe he is going to be running for governor. And to be honest, as much as I would like him to win, I don't think it's going to happen. It's because Newsom and Karen Bass, they basically like, California is basically lost. It's going to be forever blue. Unfortunately, the only way that you can get rid of them is everyone in basically in power needs to be removed, right? Like the AG, the DOJ here, and the governor needs to be removed. And then once that can happen, then we can have some semblance of Republicans. But I don't think that's ever going to happen. And these people will continue voting for their own best interest, which is being robbed.
Close the business.
I live in Riverside, yeah.
And nobody can come inside.
With several such cases.
Yep.
All
Years of
because the
yep.
Democrats decided.
Yep, exactly. And this is how I feel when my supermarket, my family supermarket, Sunlight Supermarket down in South Central got burned down. My family came here from Burma and they're like, you know what? Let's start a supermarket down in South Central. And if you guys didn't know, Compton used to be the blacks' Beverly Hills. If you guys didn't know that, Compton used to be rich black people that lived there. And then right after the Rodney King riot, everything in South Central went to shit. And it's still shit. And it hasn't really recovered. And unfortunately, my family lost a lot of money. We tried to rebuild it, came in at a loss, and ended up selling the market like 3 years down the road. It's damn it, Meek and your riots. Yeah, man. Yeah, true. And yeah, people will always vote for the best interest, and their best interest is the government and the police allowing them to riot and loot shit. And they are opportunistic. They're just waiting for something to go down. Someone gets shot and killed. Hopefully, according to these people, they want like a rioter or protester to get hurt or fatally injured, and then they can use that opportunity under the disguise of protest to go steal shit, and then makes the entire movement of these, like, I guess these Angelinos and these freaking, I guess you would say, people who love Mexico. It makes all of them look bad. Like you basically are fitting into the stereotype. They did this with BLM. They do this all the time, and it's like clockwork. And we have riots in LA all the freaking time.
That President Trump can't get a win, so let's pretend we don't have a riot on our hands and sacrifice the entire life's work of actual Americans.
Yep.
As some locations were lucky and LAPD was nearby.
Fuck him! Fuck him! Grab him! Grab his dick! Like, look, if you're gonna fucking rob someone or fucking loot something, like, at least, like, pull up your pants, wear a belt, wear gloves, wear a mask, wear, like, comfortable shoes, or maybe potentially even boots or some shit like that. Like, at least, like, why would you sag your pants? Do people still sag their pants? Like, what the fuck is that? Like, do people still sag their pants, like, nowadays? It's like, if you're gonna do something wrong, do it right. And these people do not know how to be good criminals. I'm not telling you to go out and do crime shit, but yeah, these people are awful. Like, this guy probably has it better, you know, shorts and stuff like that. But still, if you're not wearing jeans, you can get scraped up by, like, glass and stuff. Oh, got him! Got him! Got him! Let's go! Yeah, get their ass! Get him!
But what the heck does looting a sushi restaurant
This is
have
what
to
I'm
do
talking.
with anything?
This is the one I'm talking about. They broke in. They went inside and stole everything they could, and they basically stole the cash box. And what did the Japanese people do? Oh no, I'm so sorry. Oh no, so sorry. No English. It's like, this is what you voted for, man. Unfortunately, this is fucking what you voted for.
They must have heard that sushi's served with ice and just started smashing, as that's Otoro Sushi in Little Tokyo. They're run by Japanese chefs from Japan and only have 3 locations that can only stay open 5 days a week for 5 hours a day. So I wouldn't be surprised if their profit margins were so razor thin they could never open again. But sadly, the Democrats aren't interested in protecting those type of immigrants.
No, they're not.
They'll only bend over backwards to defend them and their makeshift mortars, letting them peacefully beat the crap out of each other in the streets.
Jeez.
And even pop off a couple paintball rounds at the police lines.
Of course.
As a left-wing news media...
Remember, peaceful protests, all right? If you guys are going to go out and do, you're going to peacefully assemble, you're going to protest, whatever, you have your First Amendment right to do that. Burning shit down, that ain't it, man. Burning shit down, fucking shit up, robbing, looting, stealing, physically injuring people. That's not the way. Yes, Martin Luther King did say that rioting is the voice of the unheard. But he says that if you're going to do that, like, do it peacefully. And if you're going to do that, like, don't stay on the road. Don't block roads. All right? At least we have one black man that has common sense.
First claimed they're just having
Unfortunately, they didn't like that black man and they shot him.
fun watching
Could be the
cars
CIA.
burn.
What is just a bunch of people having fun watching
Having fun.
cars burn into
With a Democrat congresswoman declaring there was no violence.
There was no violence.
Let me go back 5 seconds. There was no violence, chat.
With a Democrat congresswoman
No
declaring
violence.
there was no violence.
There was no violence. I was on the street. I know.
And now stating it's just the exuberance of the moment.
Careful whether you
Oh, there it is. Hertz Donut. There's your girl. Hertz Donuts. There's your girl. There's Mommy Milker Pelosi. Remember, these people are soft on crime. And I don't know why they're doing their darndest. And like, they're doing as much as possible to keep these illegal immigrants in the States, in our country. And we all know why, actually. It's a rhetorical question. Cheap and free labor. All right? It's cheap labor to hire Mexicans to work at your store. You pay them, you know, instead of paying them like $15, $16 an hour, you're paying them $4 an hour. You're paying them $3 an hour. All right? We'll give you a little bit and we won't report you. We won't report you to ICE. We won't report you to the cops. And They want free labor. They want cheap and free labor. All right. It's because it's too expensive to hire actual citizens. And these are the people who are being displaced. People who are actually waiting in line, following the law, following the rules to become a US citizen. People who are working 9 to 5, barely, working 3 to 4 jobs just to meet their, basically it's, how is this fair? How is this fair? And I see a lot of my like freaking idiot, like liberal friends who are posting stuff on, what's it called again? Instagram, what to do, how to stop how to take a can of tear gas and sort of I guess you disable those tear gas. It's like actually posting how to get away with crimes on Instagram.
See a burned car or broken window or whatever it is. It may be the exuberance of the moment.
How fiery but mostly peaceful became the exuberance of the moment is
that's
just a
that's
prime
fucking
example
retarded,
of
man.
how stupid they think their voter base is. As anybody actually paying attention knows what's really going on, and no matter how many times they ask ChatGPT to rephrase their lies, it can't change the fact that they've officially lost the city, somehow thinking that this will stop the raids.
Stop with the ICE raids. If ICE shows up, do not resist, claim your rights.
Man, this is good. This is definitely gonna help your cause. Yeah, doing a TikTok dance is definitely going to help your cause for sure.
Stay silent.
Hey, you, the guy that's about to write something disgusting in my comment section.
Stop it. Get some help.
Well, the Democrats' plan to stop the riots was even dumber.
But the real solution of all of this is for the administration to stop the raids.
Doubling down on that statement.
There's a reason why Donald Trump is sending the National Guard to the fucking, to California, to LA, and utilizing some National Guards that we already have here. It's because you're not doing fucking jack shit. You're not doing nothing. You're not doing nothing. You're allowing this shit to happen, man.
We need to stop the raids. This should not be happening in our city. The only thing it does is contribute to chaos. This was chaos that was started in Washington, D.C.
Man, this bitch cannot take any accountability, huh? It's not my fault. Donald Trump's the one who caused the riots. Donald Trump is the reason why people block the streets. It's Donald Trump's fault. It's not my fault. This bitch needs to be fucking impeached as LA mayor, or just fucking get rid of her. Fucking get rid of her. She allowed the fucking fires to happen. Malibu and the Palisades haven't even been fucking rebuilt yet, and this bitch is running her fucking mouth. Donald Trump came here. We got to open up all the waters. We got to make sure we get water. Now we run out of water again. What a fucking bitch, man.
It's crazy how she's literally asking Trump to let the rioters hold the city hostage until he gives in to their demands of not enforcing our country's laws.
Yeah, burning shit and looting shit is going to make Trump stop with the ICE raids. No, this will only embolden him. Right? It only takes one bad actor to fuck shit up, where Trump is going to fucking... He needs to put in the Insurrection Act, man. If LA becomes a Chaz Chop, which I don't think it will, but let's say if it does, Trump needs to put in the Insurrection Act and get them all fucking out of there. And the thing is that it took them 4 days to put in a curfew from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Basically admitting she cannot control the city, all the more reason that the military needs to come in and save it. But now their argument against Trump restoring order to the city is that the deployment of the National Guard and Marines will cost $134 million.
Yeah, $134 million. Well, it took 4 to 5 days for this shit to happen. How long were the illegal immigrants hanging out in Martha's Vineyard before they deployed the National Guard? Like a day or two? Like a day, they fucking got rid of them. They fucking cleaned them. They cleaned that shit out. Do you know why? It's because now it's actually affecting their lives personally, right? Governor Greg Abbott sent a bunch of the illegal immigrants to Martha's Vineyard. They bust them all to fucking Martha's Vineyard, dropped them off there, and then immediately, oh shit, they're actually hanging out in front of our house. This shit can't happen. Same thing with Chaz Chop. The mayor was like, oh, let's call it the summer of love. Let's call it, let's have him fucking dick around, take over the fucking city, make a fucking, like, have a fucking, like, this fucking warlord kill people. That's cool. And then they started marching to her house, and they're like, shut that shit down. We gotta shut it down. Immediately was cleaned up. Immediately, within a day, it was cleaned up. Fucking retarded, man.
Of the National Guard and Marines will cost $134 million, conveniently forgetting that California already spends $8.4 billion.
The big booty Latinas can stay? Yes. Yes, they can. I wanted to make me some tortas and some tamale.
Over 800% more on health benefits for undocumented residents this year alone. It's that same argument of building a wall is too expensive, so let's just load 10 times that amount on EBT accounts to hand out. So I'm glad our ICE director doesn't care,
Chat, that was me.
And will continue the raids.
As a matter of fact, we got over 100 teams out today enforcing immigration law, and we're going to flood the zone. I've said for a month, sanctuary cities, you don't want us to arrest these bad guys that you just listed out. We could arrest them and say.
California, Los Angeles is not just a sanctuary city. California is a fucking sanctuary state. California is a fucking sanctuary state, chat.
Safety and security of the county jail, but they won't let us into jail. They release them into the community, which means we got to send a whole bunch of teams in the community to find this dangerous person that don't want to be found.
So if anything, the raids in LA have only increased in frequency, proudly
they've only caught like 300 people, which is not a lot.
I really think Holman knows. Either way, he's gonna get bad press, so might as well go all in on completing the mission. The problem is, like what initiated this in Minneapolis.
Hold on, chat. I have to stop that. That shit's getting fucking annoying.
Apparently, the rioters.
I'm gonna literally just like quit that shit. All right, sorry.
Mistook a drug bust for an ICE raid, and even to today, Reddit is out there warning their communities of ICE activity, even if it turns out just to be the local police fulfilling a student's Make-A-Wish dream with their SWAT team. And even when the original poster was corrected, they still stood by their warning that ICE could have been in the area, with other Redditors agreeing this was a good thing. They literally couldn't be any dumber if they tried, which makes me truly believe in the dead internet theory, as Reddit is likely just AI bots
talking to them.
Bots,
yep, that's true.
To anybody dumb enough to not notice they're talking to bots, talking to a couple foreign agents pushing an anti-American agenda. But ironically, and also tragically, probably the only thing that could save Los Angeles, California is Chinese President Xi. As all
Man, he's right. Do you know why? When Xi Jinping came to town in San Francisco, Gavin Newsom literally cleaned up the streets, cleared up all the shit and the fucking needles and the syringes that was on the streets, put every homeless person inside of a 3 to 4 star hotel, making sure that when Xi Jinping was in town, the city was clean. It can be done, but they don't want to do it. Like I said, they allow the shit to happen. They want the shit to happen. Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom wants the riots. They want this, right? And they're going to say, oh, the reason why it's happening because this is Trump's America. Exactly, right? And they're basically, it's all about optics. Do they actually care about illegal immigrants? Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely not. They don't fucking care. The reason why they like it is because they fucking work for them for cheap. Oh, Gavin Newsom has a fucking nice ass mansion in the fucking Bay Area, for example, right? Gated community. Imagine one day he comes out and none of the grass is mowed. And everything on his lawns is fucked up. And he's gonna be like, we need the Mexicans here. Who's gonna clean our toilets? Who's gonna clean our lawn? Who's gonna do it for our fucking, like, no fucking money? Mexicans, like, the black people aren't gonna do it. right? The black people are just gonna fucking complain, and they want free shit. The Mexicans, they don't complain, but they do shit for cheap. So that, like, it's funny that, like, Democrats have been using the fucking illegal immigrants for their own benefits, and we're just trying to look. We want law and order. If they're gonna come over here illegally, they've already broken the law. And of course, you have this piece of shit kowtowing to Xi Jinping, which is basically my aunt, because, you know, Xi Jinping is a woman.
All he has to say is, hey, I'm dropping by LA tomorrow. And just like when he visited San Francisco, it would immediately be cleaned up.
Yep.
Folks say, oh, they're just cleaning up this place because all those fancy leaders are coming into town.
He said, yeah.
That's true.
See? And remember, this guy, we know this motherfucker is trying to run for president. He's not going to say it. But imagine if this motherfucker who allowed San Francisco to be turned to shit, allowed Los Angeles to be turned into a fucking dumpster fire. And Matt, if he allowed the shit, he's going to allow the US to be turned into a dumpster fire.
Because it's true.
See?
And again, as of recording this
what
video,
a fucking
it keeps getting
snake,
worse for
bro.
him, where LA implemented a curfew that nobody is listening to. Protests have spread up to Seattle, all the way over to New York City, and in Chicago, they just had to deploy the bomb squad into their sewers.
Yeah,
so
I saw this yesterday.
I
saw it yesterday.
Spicy. Don't doom scroll on social media all day when you have my concise, lighthearted commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality, so subscribe to Decoy Voice.
Oh man, yeah, that's a nice and quick video. I'll just sum up everything. Has there been like more protests today? Absolutely. All right, they're being emboldened every single day that Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass is basically allowing this shit to happen. They will continue because that means that they'll be emboldened. They're not going to get arrested. Because this shit, California is a catch and release, especially in LA. But yeah, that's wild, man. That's absolutely insane. Here's a video. Go and check it out. Yeah, it's good. Decoy Voice usually provides some good stuff. Go and check it out right over there. There's the link. Go and check it out. But yeah, man, this is wild. I never support any kind of rioting or looting. I hate that shit. Whenever I see that shit, it makes me fucking fume. And you have the mainstream media and these like stupid people who are covering it, basically shining, like I guess you would say a light on it, saying that, oh look, you see that fire over there? Fiery, but mostly peaceful. CNN has been doing this shit multiple times already, and I'm glad we're basically tired of it. And the reason I think that people want illegal immigrants to be in here, I think there are two reasons. The first reason is the optics. They want to look good in front of their friends. Hey, I actually did a TikTok dance in the streets saying that we got to stop ICE. I think second is because they just hate Trump. I would say if it's Obama doing this, what he did back in like 2000, whenever he went to office, right? I think the first time was 2008 or something like that. Whenever he he got into power, he deported like 3 million people, right? And nobody said anything. Joe Biden, like back in the day, he was actually extremely reasonable, saying that like you can't come here illegally, right? And it's just the fact that Trump is the one who's doing it. They don't like it. I guarantee you, if a Democrat was in power, Kamala Harris started sending a bunch of ICE agents, National Guards, to basically round up all of the illegal immigrants and get them out of there, which of course they would never do that. But let's say if they did, these people would not riot or loot at all. I guarantee you. You had 3 million people he deported. Yep, that's the reason why he's called the deporter in chief.